In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to build an inbound AI agent for a restaurant that handles everything from incoming calls to menu reservations to menu checkouts to takeout orders, all without a single human interaction involved. So let's go over a quick demo for the same. So I'll be calling the restaurant now, for the demo, and let's see how it goes.
Hi, this is Adrian from Smoky Barrel BBQ. How are you doing today? How can I help you?
Hey Adrian, so I'm just new to the neighborhood, and I just saw this restaurant near my place. I just wanted to check in, how is the vibe and what kind of food you guys serve, just on a general. So I know what's up.
Welcome to the neighborhood. At Smoky Barrel BBQ, we're all about that cozy Southern style hospitality with a warm, inviting atmosphere. Our specialty is slow smoked American BBQ think tender Texas brisket, St. Louis ribs, pulled pork, and smoked turkey breast. We also have tasty sides like mac and cheese, baked beans, and cornbread muffins. It's a great spot to relax and enjoy some hearty, flavorful food. Would you like me to tell you about our menu highlights, or maybe help you with a reservation or takeout order?
Perfect. And what do you guys say is your most popular dish? Just one dish which is the most popular, which you guys recommend every time.
Our top pick that folks keep coming back for is the Texas brisket. It's moist, tender, and full of smoky flavor. If you're new here, that's definitely a great place to start. Would you like me to help you place an order for it, or maybe reserve a table to try it fresh?
And are you guys, full every time, or do I have to book, or I can just walk in anytime, what's the situation on that?
We do welcome walk-ins, but especially on weekends after 7 p.m. it can get pretty busy with some wait time. If you want to be sure to have a spot, making a reservation is a smart move. We take reservations for parties of 2 or more, up to 12 guests. Would you like me to help you book a table now?
Perfect. And do you guys, do like parties or caterings also, if, by order, by any chance?
Yes, we do offer catering for events, whether it's a small gathering or a larger party. We can handle groups from 10 to 200 guests with full service or drop-off options. We just ask for a 48-hour notice. If you want, I can get your details and have our catering manager reach out to you. Would you like to go ahead with that?
Perfect. Yeah, no thanks, not right now. I would reach out to you guys soon. Thanks a lot.
I totally understand. If you ever need help in the future, feel free to reach out. Have a great day. And before you go, would you like to schedule a call back?
Yeah, I'll call you guys soon. Not right now. Thank you. So as you saw from the demo, it was able to clarify all of our questions regarding the menu items. It was able to say what's the most popular dishes. It can even book the calls. I didn't do that in the demo because it would take a lot of more time, but it can even book the calls. It also even recognized how we moved to the area as a new resident, so it acknowledged that. So it was really human interaction, and it clarified all of the questions. Systems such as these are really important for any type of similar businesses. It takes the load off of the human agents, so they can work on more important stuffs. So yeah, if you want systems similar to these built for you, head down to the description and book a call with me, or you can just reach out to my LinkedIn and message me. And yeah, now we'll be going through the walkthrough, and all the systems and all the prompts, all the knowledge base, everything will be in the description. So you can grab it for free and play around and build similar systems for you. So yeah, coming soon is the walkthrough. So we'll be going through the walkthrough right about now, and we'll be covering the prompt and the automation for booking the appointment in the calendar. So let's start with the prompt. Okay, so I usually follow a fixed kind of format for any prompts that usually goes like this. First, we will define a role, and this consists of naming the voice agent, what kind of role, and what kind of business it is for, and what kind of business that is, right? Just one or two line sentence, and some specific information such as how to answer, use the caller's name, and if you didn't hear the caller's name or number clearly, confirm it by spelling it back again. and stuff like that. So any specific information that you want to uh, make sure your voice agent knows in between calls, you add it over here in specifics. And notes are such as any during the whole call, just make sure of make sure you follow these particular notes, right? So be concise, be conversational, right? Don't be too professional depending on the business, right? Be conversational, don't stick to one particular sentence. So embrace variety, and steer the conversation back on track if it veers off, right? So that is really important. Also, never mention any functions by even by mistake, so that will just take the the lead or the human out of the conversation. It will feel really jarring. So don't say like calling check availability underscore cal. That doesn't make sense. So never mention functions that you're calling, and never make up any items. Only say what you are explicitly told or which you have information for. So such as knowledge base, right? We have actually added knowledge base over here, and any particular information that we have, right? So don't make up any information, and don't hallucinate. That's one of the most important points that a voice agent needs to be aware of. And this is a particular prompting trick that actually really helps the with the result of the prompt, result of the AI. So kind of like you'll be fired and the restaurant will get bad reviews if you make a false information. So stuff like this really helps to improve the results, right? The AI makes sure it's providing the right results, right? So make sure to have a line like this in your notes or somewhere in a prompt. It really helps it. And always follow the instructions above carefully, right? So some notes on some specific information and some rule. So I usually follow this this format. So a role, your task, what is your particular task of the particular voice agent, right? Some specifics which we have over here, what kind of context, right? So any context that you want to provide to the voice agent, such stuff such as you're in outbound call or a human is calling you as an inbound call, right? Agent needs to know that, right? And these are some steps. And so if you go down, and these are some response guidelines that we have included. So adapt to the transcription errors. If something sounds off, rephrase without blaming transcription. So don't be natural, like how a human would actually interact with normal interacting calls, right? Stay in character. This is also important. Keep conversation focused on your particular business, in this case restaurant services, and ensure a smooth flow, right? So step by step, like a human calls you and asks you some information about menu and books a call. So it should flow step by step, and always ensure you are redirecting the conversation back to the topic if it veers off. So it flows step by step, and it's really smooth, and it sounds really natural to the human that's speaking to the voice agent. It doesn't sound jarring or doesn't sound robotic. That's really important. And also these are some examples. So stuff such as examples really helps to improve the accuracy of the prompt results. So add, I would recommend around 3 to 4 scripts that the voice agent can take inspiration from, like how an actual call would flow. So over here you can add your actual, if you have your transcripts, you can add your actual transcripts or call logs over here. So I would recommend around 2 to 3. So we have added some scripts over here. So these are some example scripts. So this is the voice agent and this is the particular user that's calling, right? So the voice agent would ask, what would you like to order? So this is basically like a order example, right? So the human is asking for order and placing order and address, and you'll get it soon, so this is that example. And this is example for making a reservation, right? So I would not particularly order, but I would like to book a seat for tonight at 7:30, right? So this is for that purpose. This particular script is for catering, so any user like to inquire about does this particular restaurant offers catering to you, right? So that is important. So you see each script uh, points to a particular purpose. So this particular script is for calling caller placing a takeout order, right? So you saw this ordering and was the best number and your address, and you'll get it soon. So after this, probably once we have all the details, the agent can redirect these information to the any restaurants restaurant CRM if they have any. So it will be synced directly, so no worries about that. Making reservations, and this is about just FAQ kind of call asking for catering, and this is for checking the hours, right? So how many ever tasks that you want the voice agent to follow, do ensure to add some example scripts over here. So that is really important, and it helps to it improves the voice agent's accuracy by a lot. So stuff such as examples is one of the major key points of a good prompt. Stuff such as this is a like a hidden trick that you want to add, and always follow like a format and stick to this particular format, like we had over here. So this is the main headline. So for example, if we want to add something under the role, like sub role, like something under a role, so you want to add something like this. So whatever topic, right? So under this particular topic, let's say if we want to add another topic under this topic, so you want to add something like this. So this is the type of format that you need to follow, right? And yeah, this is a good prompting, and yeah, all these prompts and all these automations will be in the link down in the description. So do download it and do whatever you need, follow along, and play around with it. So this is the prompt, and you do see what's the approximate cost it will have. So cost per minute, so this is divided by the voice engine, the actual voice engine, the LLM, that is the AI part, the AI model part, that is this cost, the $0.016 per minute, and the knowledge base. So if we have a knowledge base, that will incur a cost, that is $0.005 per minute, and this is the total cost, so 0.091 per minute, and this is the average latency, so around 800 you can say. And yeah, so over here we have added a knowledge base. So knowledge base, what it will do is you can add how many ever knowledge base you want. So this particular knowledge base will have information about the restaurant's menu, its business, what kind of policies it follows, so if a caller asks about its policies or any do you do catering, so it will all be listed in this particular knowledge base. So also knowledge base also should be in a particular format, right? So do add how many of a knowledge base that you want to add, so it helps the voice agent to answer accurately. That's really important. So, and this is the function for checking the availability, right? So this will, let's say I call the voice agent and I say, let me for making a reservation, right? So I want to make a reservation at tomorrow at 7:30, right? So it will check if it actually has a reservation. So in this case, we have actually linked to my Google Calendar, but for actual production restaurant users, this will be linked to the restaurant CRM, if they have seats, if it's fully booked, packed or not. So for now, this is linked to the calendar, and over here we are sending in properties we are sending a time which will be of type string, and this will be the date time in this particular format. So Sunday, date and the time, right? So in this particular format we are sending, and this is the particular API endpoint. So where this endpoint is coming from is this n8n automation. So this I've already covered in my previous video, so do check that, but I'll just showcase it quickly again, right? So this is the automation for checking the availability, right? And this particular webhook that you see is this one. So this is the API endpoint, and it's of type post. So post, and whatever data that we send will come over here. So it will be like, let's say I say to the voice agent that I want to book a reservation for today 7:30. So voice agent will say, so okay, let me check for the availability. At that point it will call this particular automation, right? So check availability, it will come over here, and it will follow this particular flow. So if I want to just cover in short, because I've already covered this in my previous video, so do check that, any of my previous videos, this is explained in very detail. So I'll just cover this really shortly. So what this is doing is, first of all, it's taking the date and time that we sent, and it's formatting it in a particular way, right? So this is the prompt, and this is the current date time, right? And also we say to the AI what's the time zone, right? So that's important. And what's the current date time, so it has a context of what today and what the current time is. So that's important, right? And this is when the user would like to book, right? So, and the prompt is, we have just asked the user when they would like to book a meeting. You will be provided with the current current date and their response. So you must output the date and time that they would like to book in a date time format, and the format will be this ISO 8601 format. So this is the particular format, right? So we get the data in this format, and for the for data purposes we are converting it to this particular format. So once we get the date and time, we check using a calendar. So instead of calendar, this can be your CRM, your systems linked to your booking, whatever, right? We can replace it. It's really easy. And if there is availability, we will just respond back that it's available. If there is not, we will choose alternative time slots. So that's also a really smart feature of this particular automation. It will check for additional three time slots after the time slot that you selected, right? So it will output 3 time slots using a calendar and give us back. So let's say we are satisfied with a particular time slot, then we will say to the voice agent that we would like to book a call for whatever time slot for tomorrow at 5:30, right? So at that point the voice agent will call this particular function, that is a book appointment custom, right? So this also follows the same same procedures and stuff. There's the API endpoint and there's some data. So over here we are sending a name as well, and we are sending the time, right? The date and time, and this will be in the same format. The date and time will be the same format as this one, right? So again, this particular API endpoint, this one will be pointing to this. So this is a pretty much straightforward automation, since we have already checked the availability and did everything over here. We just have to get the time, convert it into a right data format, that is we convert it into this data format, right? And in this particular example, this is a 1 hour meeting, right? So again, this totally depends on you. Meeting, or if this is a restaurant, this won't be a meeting, right? So this will change a bit, right? So for restaurant purposes this won't be applicable, but yeah, this is the automation. After that, according to the time that we got, let's say this one, we will book a call. We will add an event in the Google Calendar, and we will respond back that your meeting has been booked, and that's all. So again, for restaurant purposes, the flow will change a bit, right? So it won't be a meeting, it will be a reservation, and it will be linked to the restaurant's particular CRM, whatever CRM it can be, right? So whatever, it can be easily linked, and yeah, it will be all smooth, and yeah, that's all. And we went through the some good prompt techniques, what prompts you have used, what specific information and notes that we have added over here, right? What kind of response guidelines, and any examples. And let's say if you want to include any particular steps, right? So let's say you are a real estate agent that is and the voice agent is calling outbound, calling your leads. So you want to follow specific steps, right? Particular steps, a particular flow. So over here you will add these steps after after response guidelines. So whatever steps it can be, and this particular this square brackets is the condition. So let's say if the, again, this is not for this particular restaurant inbound agent, this is just a rough example for your any use case. Let's say if user is looking to buy a property, this particular step bunch of steps will be executed, but if not, these particular bunch of steps will be included. So this is how we, in prompting, this is how we add conditions, right? So as you see, ask the user what they're looking for, then according to the condition, either these will be executed or these will be executed. So these are the steps, and use the booking link function to whatever function that you have, use that function to book the call, and send them whatever your use case, in this case SMS. And this is just a template that I usually follow. It's a really good, and these are some examples that I've added over here as well. So you want to add as many examples as you can, and also add available function and some notes, right? So yeah, so that's about it. And again, I'll include all these prompts, this prompt and this automation in the link down in the description. And yeah, you can follow along, you can play around with it, you can sell to businesses as you like. And yeah, thanks for watching. And if you like similar kind of videos, more advanced workflows and AI automations are coming, and do comment down below what you want to see. I check every comment, and if you have any queries, do also put it in the comments. And if you like similar systems or any kind of AI automation systems built for your business, do reach out to me in my LinkedIn, that will be in the description, or you can book a call with me, again that's in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching and stay tuned for more. Thank you.